Hello, my name is Suarez, and today I will be telling you why the government shouldn't be allowed to go through search engine databases to prevent murders, terrorist attacks, or other serious crimes. This is because the unintended consequences are enormous. Now, the internet and services that are provided through it have become an essential element to our lives. We share photos in the internet, we share videos, we share personal information, which include where we are, where we live, what we do, even what we eat. Now, this is especially relevant today because 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 of COVID-19, we have been quarantined and we're forced to use online services even more than before. Now, all this information that we share online is directly and indirectly shared to other businesses and to other users. Therefore, we should be aware of the risks that this imposes to our security and our privacy online. Now, as I mentioned before, I'll be telling you why the government being allowed to go through our search engines could bring unintended consequences. This could be seen as invasive, as a totalitarian move by our government, and it directly violates our Fourth Amendment right against unintended searches and seizures. Now, search browser history can reveal a lot about people's personal thoughts like no one else. When we are behind a screen, we feel safe, we feel private. Therefore, we can look for anything. We feel like we can look for anything that our curiosity brings to our minds. Now, one of the instances that this is dangerous is because Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg was found guilty of selling our information to a company, political data firm called Cambridge. This company was working with Donald Trump's campaign, and it got about 87 million of Facebook users' behavior and personal data. They used this to target us through political ads. Now, you might feel that this is invasive, but in reality, this happens with millions of companies with millions of things. There's even an instance where you could say something and it could appear on your recommended hours later, minutes later, it doesn't matter, it will appear there. This is invasive, it violates our privacy, and if we allow the government to do this, it could serve as a gateway to lose many more of our rights. That would just be the catalyst to this. Now, this brings me to my second point, which is that the act of overseeing our search history could be seen as a totalitarian move of our government and could be used as a gateway for us to lose more rights. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is a totalitarian government? Well, let me tell you. A totalitarian government is based on a central, powerful government that attempts to control and direct our personal lives. They want to know everything about us. They want to know everything we do, how we think, how we react, everything. And it could lead to coercion and repression of our personal lives. If we let the government oversee our search engines, they could predict what we do based on our searches, and it could lead to dangerous situations. These situations include you, citizen of the United States, to be targeted for your curiosity. You might be curious about how to make a bomb. You don't need to be a terrorist, you don't need to be a bad person. You're just curious. It comes to your mind, you look it up. You look up a video. You look up an article on Google. This could put you into a list that could be sent to the FBI, your local police department. It could even lead to situations where an university might not want to admit you because of your search history. And that to me is just crazy. Now, Chicago has an example of this called a strategic subject list, which is where they put people that are most likely to be a perpetrator of a crime or a victim of a crime. And this could lead you to be incorrectly targeted for searching on the wrong thing or simply being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Another example of this is China's social credit system. Their system is based on the business and people's trustworthiness based on what they do, which is completely totalitarian, as I was saying before. So a move like this from our government would just be totally crazy. Now, another reason why this should not happen is because we have rights. We have a constitution. And one of those rights, which is the Fourth Amendment, protects us against unreasonable searches and seizures. And this move will be totally unconstitutional. It will be a direct hit from our privacy, and it will take away our confidentiality as citizens. Accepting them to do this, allowing them to do this, could lead to horrible consequences that I have mentioned before. Now, a case like this has happened before with the FBI and Apple. The FBI got hands on a terrorist phone, and it was pin protected. They asked Apple to do it, but Apple was concerned of our privacy and did not want to build a backdoor because, again, of all the things that it could lead to. Thankfully, they got it to a third party. They still got it done, but it is not a case that they can use in future cases. If that were to be a thing, and if we were to allow the government to go through us and invade our privacy, they could use it to listen to our conversations, to target us, to do anything that they want with our information. It could lead to businesses having our information. Not that they already have it, but they will blatantly be able to use it. Again, this is the case with China. Now, we the citizens of the United States do not want to feel watched all the time. We do not want to be overseers over here like a big brother. It could just be like 1984's George Orwell. Very good book, by the way. We have always fought for our freedoms as citizens and should not stop doing so. The consequences of the government being able to use our search engines are just enormous and could lead us to be a state like China, where we are tracked or overseen. We can even be thrown in jail for something that we look up. Yes, it would be nice to prevent terrorist attacks, but we have better ways to do this. The FBI, the CIA, they all have better ways to do this than to invade the citizens' privacy. Thank you.